go into the spiel of how the boxes and everything come for those who haven't ordered it yet?
No, not really. I was just telling a little bit about, you know, how they break, how they're not good for shoes.
Okay, so you see the racks coming up from the box, come out just like this. Okay, and what am I drinking? I am drinking a Guinness.
It's a Saturday.
Drought stout. So yes, it's my Saturday. But
Hi, Becky.
This is what it comes in the box looking like.
Right, Ellen, with you know, a little bit of glue and zip ties, it becomes a great ribbon holder. It is perfect.
This also comes in the box. Again, this is for everyone who's gotten their boxes, know exactly what some of the stuff is. For those of you who are thinking about it or contemplating it, this is what it comes in. All right. There's also a piece of paper, which looks like it's disappeared. That was the instructions.
Yes, we did find an instruction page, y'all.
So there it is. Okay. But since you're watching this video,
Kelly,
you don't need it.
Ah, well now. Kelly, do I recommend ordering them? Yes, I've seen several other people who have been using these, and I was skeptical because I had read the reviews and I was like, no. But the more my ribbon collection has grown, I'm really at a loss for places to put them. And I'm not in an area where I could put the, you know, the racks, affix them to the wall. So this was the alternative that I came up with. They're not super expensive. They're a great alternative. And, you know, like we've said, with some adhesive and some zip ties, they become very functional. I still would never use them for shoes.
So E6000. All right. There's probably some other designers who are probably recommending something else, probably because it works a little faster.
You can use hot glue.
You can use hot glue. Haven't tried super glue yet, but again, super glue takes a lot longer to cure and dry, so you may end up having some trouble there. Right now, before we got on here, I put one together. As you can see, okay, this was probably about, what, 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, about 10 minutes.
About this about 10 minutes ago, okay?
And I can't pull the rods out. The E6000 has already set.
So there you go with that one, okay? So that being said, we'll get started.
Tammy, you can get the ribbon racks from Amazon. And if you see the link that I've pinned, that's our Amazon influencer shop. And basically, Amazon invited us to create a landing page with all the products that we use in our business that you can find on Amazon. So the link is to our Amazon shop, which has the shoe rack and some other tools that we use in our business.
Yes, yeah, it is the link. That is the link.
Yes.
Hi, Patricia. I haven't seen you in forever.
Patricia, hi.
So this last night, actually, I did my first wreath last night. It was a thin blue line wreath. You can go back and watch the video.
Kelly, I've turned you on to Craft Outlet. You've got your third box today. Oh my God.
I'm losing you in the car wash.
You're addicted.
So anyways, again, comes out of the box. Some of them are put together like this. 4 of them put together like this. And then one piece that's separate, okay? Don't worry about it. It comes in here. You'll see where it comes in. But at one point, I stuck it together without any of the glue. Laid it flat, put it all together. Had a little trouble with it, but I was able to get through it with no problem. Melissa tried it with the glue, doing it the way I did it, and she sounded like a sailor. Okay, a lot of cursing, a lot of throwing.
I did.
It went from being rated PG to probably rated R in a matter of a couple of minutes. Yeah. So we're gonna try to avoid that.
Well, how am I gonna put it together? I got the questions. I know you're used to that.
I know, I really am. It's kind of hard habit not to do.
I got the questions.
On the back, if you're trying to avoid breaking them and all that, the tabs, if you're at home and you have some of them and you haven't started yet, all you have to do is just push up on the tab, okay? And it lets it go. If
you pull on it, they're gonna break.
Okay, the tab's right here in the middle piece right here. Okay.
Hi, Rosemary, Irina, Hi, Leslie. You're making your first wreath right now. That is so awesome. If you want to, you can share it on the page when you're done. We'd love to see what you make.
All it is the top piece of it is hooked, and you just gotta slide it out.
Claire is getting a mani-pedi. She popped in to say hi. Hi,
She's
Claire.
must be on the petty part because she's talking to us. So
Probably.
obviously not on the many.
He's perceptive.
So okay. So the other thing again, like you'll use, I ended up grabbing 24-inch zip ties. You don't really need them that big. You can go with the 14 or even go as little as the 12.
The only other ones that I had were these, and these were not quite long enough. And these are,
The 8-inch.
yeah, they're
8
8-inch. Yeah, they're 8-inch. So
you definitely want to go with 10 inches or a little larger.
probably 14
Yeah,
to be
24 is a little excessive. Okay. All right. So
Amanda, Etsy, all the way. Arena, enjoy your dinner. Hi, LaDonna. Hi, Tammy.
on this one right here, like the instruction says, you get 4 or 3 different hole selections. Okay. You're gonna want to stick them in the 2 inner ones. Okay. If you can all see that. Okay. You see it right here. These 2 right here are your inner ones. Those are where your poles are gonna go into. Okay. You're gonna use 4 poles. Okay. 2 in this one, 2 in this one, obviously. Okay. Go ahead and fill it up with your E6000. I made sure I lined the entire bottom of it with it, because what's going to happen is when you stick it in there, like anything else that's filled with liquid, and you stick something in there, it's going to push upwards and up and around the poles.
And it doesn't take a whole bunch.
So the excess, just scrape it on the side, which is not a bad thing because a little bit will still come off to the side, so that'll help as well.
Jan's been watching live stream all day of her granddaughter's dance competition. I used to watch those all the time. I love it. I took tap, ballet, and jazz for 13 years.
Now, we're going to go ahead and stick this bad boy in there. The one I did earlier.
Hi, Cheryl. Just give them a good push down. Doesn't take much.
You'll feel it when it goes down.
Yeah.
You know, if Melissa was able to do this, then you certainly can be able to do this.
I have literally no hand strength, y'all. So
Sometimes I have to be careful because sometimes I'll end up.
He hurts me.
I have to be careful. I can break something. All right, so those ones are in there. So that's your first.
Your first section.
That's your first section. Okay.
And we will suggest building it in sections and then assembling later. Why is that sitting? Oh, be careful. Make sure it's level before it dries.
Yeah.
It was kind of cocked like that. So make sure they're level before it starts to set.
That's because one of the sides was still wet and she grabbed it before I could.
Yeah. Just make sure your sides are level before your E6000 sets. Okay. You want me to set this one behind us?
Sure. Well, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's that section. And again, we'll continue on and chit chat, and you guys can ask questions as I do these.
Hi, Jill and Marty. How are y'all? What are y'all doing this evening?
Eating and drinking beer, probably.
Eating and drinking some cervezas. Hi, Donna. Kelly's son-in-law is 3rd year in the Army.
Oh, where's he stationed at? If you know.
Thank you, Regina. She says, JC, you're going to be a great teacher.
As long as everyone pays attention.
Beverly, welcome, first off. As far as how much the shoe racks cost, it's Amazon. So if you're familiar with shopping on Amazon, you know the prices can fluctuate due to supply and demand, basically, I think is how they break it down. So right now, they're anywhere from $16.99 to $19.99, I think. I have seen them go as high as like $30-something. So right now, I don't think they're all that high, though. But we have the link pinned. So if you follow that link, I think the first entry in there is the shoe rack, and it has the price there.
That or if someone else is on there, you can. I used your affiliate link and ordered this shoe rack 2 days ago, and it was on sale with free shipping. Nice.
Fabulous, Susan. That's awesome. Do you remember how much you got them for? Probably like around $19, $20. I think that's what they've been for a little while. I've seen them as low as 16, but I don't think they're that low right now. Carolyn loved the wreaths we made last night. Thank you so much, Carolyn.
Thank you, Diana, for sharing that.
So Jill, like you're on your phone and Marty's on the computer.
Sounds familiar.
Hi, Holly. Glad you found us. Hi, Ann. It's okay. You missed us last night, Tracy. Glad you're catching us now, but if you want to go back and watch the replay, it's on the page. We kind of had fun last night. We weren't super chatty like we normally were because we were both
knee-deep and
trying to work, but the wreaths turned out great. I'm really happy. And Sue, the winner of the wreath, was really happy. So, okay, Susan says $19.99. Diane says $19.99. Beverly, no, not for each section. It's a 10-tier rack. So you get how many sections of these? 3 or 4? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one has an extra.
5.
Really?
Yeah. 2, 4. Yeah, that's one box right there.
That's one box.
That's one
okay,
box,
so you get 5 of these sections to make your 10 tiers. And that is one box for the $19.99. Basically, what we're building is the sections to the rack back there. So that's what one box will look like completely put together. We're just assembling the sections right now. He's at Eglin.
Oh, Eglin?
Yeah.
Air Force Base.
Air Force, yeah. That doesn't mean anything. We were stationed at joint bases.
Yeah, but those bases were Army influenced. Eglin is Florida, so that's there's an SF group down there.
Eglin is kind of like everybody's there, right? All the branches are there, right?
Well, it's not. Well, it's Florida, so most likely to be Navy.
Navy.
But
okay.
yeah, I mean Air Force. But I believe that one of the Special Forces units are down there. I can't remember which one.
Hi, Sharon. I'm so happy that you could join us today, and I am so sorry to hear about your
Yep, there you go.
four-legged friend. Sorry, I was. What?
No, I was correct. She's right. She said it. Kelly, Special Forces flies drones. Yeah. Well, that's not the only thing it does, but
Monique,
we won't go into that.
Welcome, and I'm happy you made a zigzag wreath. They're one of my favorites. I do have a burlap pull-through ruffle method on my YouTube page. So if you want to search Haylo Creative Designs on YouTube, subscribe to our page, and you'll get any of the regular tutorials that I post there. I don't post those on my Facebook. The only Facebook videos are live feeds. Other tutorials you can find on my YouTube channel.
So if you're wondering how it goes on there, ribbon goes on there. You can see right back here, it literally fits. So you see the ribbon, and it just sits right in there.
He's using, Susan, he's using E6000. This comes in tubes like this, and you can also get it in, wow, I need to clean my drawer.
Is there any way to store the mesh on that rack?
In sprays.
You can, but I mean, it eats up a good section of your rack if that's all you're using it for.
The racks are only this wide, this wide, roughly that wide, sorry. So, you would have to lay your mesh long ways, probably. 10-inch mesh is going to stick out considerably on either side if you laid it long ways or, sideways down it. I guess you totally could, but what I use for my mesh and stuff are industrial plastic shelving that I get at Lowe's.
Shelly, if you want to find us on Amazon, you can hit that link that Mel pinned, and it'll take you right to our influencer page without having to try to search us in Amazon, because I've heard a lot of people had a hard time with being able to do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is with going straight to Amazon and typing in the link. For some reason, it's not been working for us. But if you click the link that's the pinned comment, it takes you straight to there, and it's to Amazon. We are Rosemary's dinner show. We're your Saturday evening date now too, huh?
Looks that way.
You're welcome, Monique. Aw, Jane, thank you so much. We love your signs. Hi, Joanne. Thank you. Catherine, you don't know how to comment on YouTube. I'm trying to think. Usually, like, you've got your box that the video's in, and then if you go down below that, there's like a description box that tells about the video. And I think below that is a place, a little box that you can comment in.
Oh, sorry.
Pretty sure that's where it's at.
Tammy, your son's at Travis Air Force Base. Yeah, I know where that is. My dad always had to go pick up medical supplies when he was in from Travis Air Force Base, and I always accompanied him. Always went with him when he went up there. Is she making a wreath tonight? Probably not. I think tonight we're gonna do this, chit chat with y'all, go have dinner, and then have some family time. Yay, right? No?
Yeah. I don't know. I was sitting here contemplating.
Okay, never mind. Change your plans.
But no, my shoulder's really hurting. I'm having a hard time lifting my shoulder above my head, y'all. So I've got training in my private group tomorrow, and I'm trying to rest it. So I was contemplating doing a wreath, but I haven't really decided yet. If we do, it won't be in this broadcast. We're going to put together our racks, then we're going to go eat. And then if I do, I'll come back after and do another broadcast notification, and we'll do a wreath later. But I haven't decided yet. Tammy the rooster from the wreath behind me is from Walmart. It is an in-store only item. You cannot order them online. So it's hit or miss if your Walmart has them or not.
Donna.
Oh, ignore the sad face. Okay.
All right, one more. Blue in.
Jan's going to go out for karaoke since they didn't go last week.
Oh, there you go.
Well, have your husband sing one for us, Jan.
Ding-a-ling.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know what's been wrong with this shoulder. Well, a couple of years ago, we were doing the gym 5 days a week. We were doing HIIT class, which is high intensity interval training. And I went to do one of the stations, and it was like a bungee bar attached to the wall. And when I got my hands in it and tried to push it, like snapped my shoulder back. So I'm thinking I did some damage, but I already go to the doctor enough. Our kids go to the doctor enough. I just don't go to the doctor for it. And, you know, with having my RA and already achy joints, just sometimes my shoulder, you know, has a mind of its own and doesn't want to work. Hi, Renita. Hi, Diana. Sharon, I might have, that's my suspicion, but like I said, I haven't had x-rays or MRIs or anything, but
oh no, you would know a tear in a rotator.
What are the symptoms?
You wouldn't be able to lift your shoulder at all had you torn it.
Ever?
That's a big tear. That's a
Okay.
very
Well, I know someone from the past who did, and they were still able to lift theirs, just always had issues like mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it maybe for like a degree
Maybe it could
of
be
a tear?
Yeah, maybe.
Either way, I think it warrants
I know we have.
being checked out.
Yeah.
The boys are good.
They're ready for us to be done.
Yeah, they want some mommy and daddy time tonight. They got into a little scuffle with each other earlier. One hit one with a bottle, and the other hit the other one with whatever he had in his hand at the moment. So
Okay, so I got all those sides done. So as I was doing one, I set one off to the side, let that one dry, pull off the next one, did that one. So right now I'm about to go back to my very first one that I did. So that one should have dried up some. Now I'm going to grab my other piece that's empty, go ahead and put glue in it. And then you're just going to work your way across all the ones that are complete. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but back over here on my side are all the ones that you guys saw me gluing in. And they're sitting over there curing up a little bit till I get this one done. And then again, we'll let them sit off to the side and cure a little bit, and then we'll stack them. We'll put the...
And we do suggest putting them together by sections unless you have a second pair of hands to help you. If you're doing this by yourself, you can manhandle the one section at a time. When I put that rack together, I laid one whole bottom strip out, put the adhesive in, and put the rods in and let it set. And then I tried to lay the other long strip on all these rods at the same time and assumed they were going to go in the holes the right way. I was tired and in a hurry. So learn from the first one, get it right on the second.
Monique, as far as hanging them from the wall, there's really not
You're going to have to rig it.
anything on here that would allow that. You would have to MacGyver it a little bit to, see if anybody picks that reference up.
MacGyver.
MacGyver it a little bit to sit on your wall if you want it to be able to hang. So you may end up having to add extra pieces to be able to do that.
What I figure we're probably going to do is just attach another set of larger zip ties around it and tack it to the wall. I mean, they're fairly sturdy once you get them assembled like this and up against the wall. So unless you're planning on moving them, you know, from different places in your room, I think you'll be okay. You did like me, Jan? Yeah, I didn't put a lot of thought into it the first time around, but he and I sat here and talked about exactly how to put them together the best way to show you guys how to do it as a single person, so you don't have to have a second hand, basically.
You know, there are some things that I do that Melissa can't do. You know, when she told me about hers, I was like, I had no problem with it. And then she told me about the glue incident. And, you know, I was like, okay, well, I can probably do it a different way, maybe a little easier.
Yeah.
And then we hammered that out. And then we finally figured, okay, let's come to this. What if, you know, if it was her doing it, what would be the best way?
Right.
And, you know, she tried it my way. Obviously didn't work out too well for her that first time. So, you know, she came up with maybe let's do it this way. And, you know, obviously it's actually working out rather well.
Can I see the one you just glued in? So make sure it's fairly level. Okay, so when you get them put in, the last section put in, set them on your table and kind of push both ends down. What that does is it levels it out because you're going to attach all the sections together, so you want them to be level. When you know you put them on, they can get a little catty, you know, wampus there. So
Jane, I didn't use the instructions either.
Yeah. There's a lot of you that have rotator cuff injuries. I'm sorry. I can definitely understand.
Well, I had mine, but I got lucky. I didn't tear mine.
About how many spools of ribbon would you say fit on one of these? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Average size ones, yeah.
We're looking at probably 110 to 120 per rack. Bye, Connie. Thank you. Hi, Sue Ann. Oh, Andrea, I can't wait for those days. I mean, our boys really are close. They love each other, but sometimes they just get on each other's nerves. What it was is they were playing with soda bottles that had a little bit of water in them. They were playing like flip cup kind of thing where you flip the bottle and try to make it land sitting straight up. And the little guy, Logan, he did, and it hit Hayden in the head. So Hayden got mad and turned around, but he had his gun. and turn around and hit his brother with the gun. So,
Well, it started out like that, and then it was a matter of, oh, I'm gonna get the bottle, I'm gonna throw it at you.
Oh, there was more.
And oh yeah, there was
I
more.
missed it.
And then Logan threw the bottle at him, thinking he wouldn't even get hit back, because sometimes Hayden, sometimes doesn't because of fear of getting in trouble. Well, Hayden got tired of it, and Logan was running, and Hayden threw it. And I can tell you what, Hayden's got an arm.
He does.
He's dead set when he got something, because threw that bottle while his little brother was running and nailed him right in the elbow.
Yeah.
And here comes the little one crying, saying he got hit and saying how his brother's fault. And
Hi, Maria. We're doing well. We're just putting together some ribbon storage because the ribbon collection has gotten a little out of control. Eileen, I totally understand. Really not being able to lift your shoulder affects so many things, getting dressed. It just, it's very frustrating. I mean, I can still move my arm, but that's about as far as I can move it outward like that before it starts to pull. And, the upward motion over my head. And then last night, he was like rubbing on my shoulder and he touched a place out here that just like I hollered because it's so tender to the touch out here. So I'm not sure what's going on. Sharon says I can send my extra ribbon her way. I've become a hoarder if I'm finding, okay, all of you guys know it's getting increasingly harder to find supplies in stock everywhere, right? We're all in agreement on that. So now when I'm finding a ribbon that I like, I'm buying several rolls of it because the ones that I have bought that I liked and went back to buy, they've always been out of stock. So I'm kind of learning that if I like something, I'm going to buy what I want of it right then because it's probably not going to be there when I go back to it.
No, this is her she shed.
Yeah, this is a she shed, Diana. It is a metal building that is a garage, I guess. It's got a big roll door on that side. It's 20 by 40 or 20 by 36 or something like that. It's a rather large she shed. And then my dad has a shop back here that says woodworking and vinyl shop. And then we have another storage building with like boxes and a pontoon boat and an old vintage car, and then another empty one that I think he's going to turn into a home gym. So we've got like a little compound of buildings in my parents' place and our place, and we all kind of live here in one big area.
Yeah,
that's why my parents are always right here coming in and out and everything.
As soon as I graduate, the next thing I'm working on is my personal training certificate.
Ruth Ann bought this and can't get it together, so I'm watching you patiently. Ruth Ann, I hope he's showing you a way that you will be able to put this together by yourself. I think you will be.
All right. So that was the last of it.
Right, Bernita? I think so too. Okay.
Yeah, we're good there.
All righty.
All right. So that's done. Those are the latest wet ones, so we'll take these ones over here.
Yeah, these are dry back here.
Yeah, we'll take this one. And my Vanna White over here, we'll take the other one. So on these ones,
there are little lips under the edge here, and you're going to scoot them from the front.
Let me show it real quick.
Oh yeah, sorry. Those little lips, and you're going to scoot them right here under this edge. If they break, don't sweat it because we're going to zip tie these pieces together because more than likely they'll break. Don't make them sick. Robin, I put my mesh on some big plastic industrial shelving from Lowe's.
Here, well, as soon as we're done with all this, we'll go ahead and I'll grab the camera and I'll show you what the shop looks like.
Oh, everything's a mess, but
it's all right. Tell me, give me one shop right now, right out there, right now that's not a mess.
Okay, valid point.
It's a weekend. Everybody's doing it. They all clean it up on the Sunday. All right, so we got these together, right? Got them all together. Now we take our zip ties, our gargantuan zip ties. So I cut one earlier, so I maybe end up one short. I don't see how, but I think I will end up one short.
I counted them. I thought we had just enough to do.
So this is where you go with the side ones. Now, these longer ones are a bit thicker. So if you decide you want to use that one, they are a bit thicker. Okay.
Pull the little nubby of the zip tie to the inside as well, so it's not sticking out on your outside. And be careful before you tighten them too tight, because this is flimsy plastic and they will break. So just tighten it down a little bit. You know, my zip tie is not going to move, but it's not cinching anything. And you're good to go. Oh, gosh, my hands are so...
Stop. Killing me, Smalls.
Bad day, y'all. Alright, so now the little nubby is on the inside. It's not going to poke you on the outside. And if you're sticking the shelves kind of up next to each other, the little nubby isn't going to keep them from sitting flush.
Alright, so there's those ones.
So now you've got your first two sections put together, and it's pretty sturdy.
Hold on, let go. Zip tied. You see it right there. Alright, so there's one.
Push your nubby to the inside.
I did push my nubby to the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, we'll just leave this here and we'll get the next one.
You want to stack it on top?
We can.
She said I was going to do just two at a time and then do it that way.
Okay, we can do it that way too. Go ahead. How many? Actually, we're not done with this one.
Oh, you want to do those now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need two. All right. So the biggest problem.
I have vinyl gutters mounted on wall for my ribbon.
Yeah, but I don't have the wall space right now to do that. I want to do those vinyl gutters at some point, but until we get the walls and stuff finished in here, it's just, you'll see when he shows the shop, it's just like silver insulation kind of stuff. There. Yeah. So to keep, the main problem that you're going to have with these racks is the bars separating. When you lay stuff on top, the bars are going to bow apart and things are going to fall through. So to prevent that, just take a zip tie. Now remember, we're using Mama Jamma ones. You could use the smaller ones, but I don't have any that fit around it that are any smaller. So this is what we're using. So just tighten it around your rods, but don't make it so it cinches them. Not tight at all, okay? We just want to bring it in slowly until it just starts to get a little tight around it, and that's all.
Stop.
Okay,
you can't cut.
Thank you. I need you to cut them a little closer. You're cutting them with large pokies on the end. Cut it flush with that. There you go. Woo! All right.
6 of one, half a dozen of another.
All right, so you'll do that for each set of rods. And like I said, tighten it down slowly so you don't cinch your rods too far. You don't want them to come inward any at all. You're just putting the zip tie down the middle to give it some stability so the rods won't part and let your spools fall through. I'm going to read some comments now. Susan, my craft room stays a mess. As soon as I buy something and bring it in, it goes in the floor in the corner. And I've got tables and stuff sitting everywhere. I'm embarrassed for y'all to see the craft shop, but why not? We're family now, right? Why not?
One section done.
Shelly has all her stuff in the hallway in the kitchen. That's how we started out too. Our dining room became
when we lived in Washington?
Yeah, when we lived in Washington. We lived in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 800 square foot apartment in Washington, in suburbs of Seattle.
Paid $1,400 for that.
And I started this business out of our kitchen dining room table area. Oh, thank you, Ruth. Jan, I do. I have my heating pad plugged in, sitting right beside my side of the couch. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Kim.
Okay, so here are the broken ones.
Broken ones, yeah.
So again, like Mel was saying earlier, the little lip things,
They broke off.
they're broken off. So there it is without them.
But it's okay.
In case you weren't sure.
We zip tied the ends, so it's not gonna matter.
That's what they are with them.
Okay.
Oh, we don't use Icy Hot in this household. We use Tiger Balm.
Tiger Balm. Love that stuff.
Smells great too.
He likes the smell. I think it's a little potent, but hey.
That's how you know it's working.
All right.
There we go. Make sure it's not all the way.
Your spare room is your craft room, and it looks like a craft bear threw up in there.
It's a good one.
Hi, Carol. Yeah, Cheryl, we don't use the Icy Hot patches. We use the Tiger Balm. We use the patches, and then we also get Tiger Balm comes in two
A cream
formulas, I guess. Either it's like orangish colored in a little glass jar about that big around, or it's clear in a little glass jar. And the clear is a non-staining, and it's less potent, I think. My nose likes it better. Cheryl, I agree. Wearing the patches at night helps tremendously. Rosemary, was it wired? I wonder. I've never found good ribbon at Walmart, to be perfectly honest. I am not a big fan of using a ribbon that you can get from stores that you can shop at here. I believe that the good ribbon comes from online stores. They order from wholesalers. They order the good stuff. You know, Walmart just seems like the quality is a little less. Michael's is notorious for having shorter yards for the same, or if not more, than you'd pay for craft outlet ribbon, which is mind-blowing to me. I'm not going to pay the same for 3 yards than I am for 10. Hi, Francis from Kentucky. Hi, Judy. Hi, Noreen from Ireland. LaDonna, everything is in her bedroom and she uses the kitchen, hoping to purchase a 12 by 14 barn to turn into my shop. We had talked about that. These little sheds that are, you know, prefabricated, they're really reasonable, and they make great storage or shops for sure. Thank y'all. Donna, enjoy your company. We'll see you later.
Maybe tonight, maybe in the next one.
All right, Jan, enjoy your granddaughter's solo. Tell her we said hi. Hi, April. Another Kentuckian. Fabulous. Welcome. We are in Western Kentucky in the Marshall County area.
Man between the lakes.
Yep, LBL.
OBL.
There is another pack of these somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. Do you have them?
I do.
You do. He does. He is the keeper of the magic zip ties.
There you go.
They are so cute, Cheryl. They look like little houses. Some of them come with like rock, you know, front facades and a porch. They're adorable. Hi, Johnette. You're excited here in Florida. We're a little jealous that you're in Florida with the great weather.
Oh, yeah. We hear all the time from our daughter how great and fantastic Florida weather is right now.
Hi, PJ. Yes, I am very lucky that I have him to help me put it together.
Yeah.
Did you get it? Oh.
My reach room needs an intervention. Like we said, it was just this was just a little bit of doing this.
Yeah.
Nothing spectacular tonight. We gave you fantastic last night. We're thinking about doing some more stuff. Don't worry, plans are already in motion for other things.
Oh yes, we've got some stuff probably on Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to be making an announcement. So really excited about this.
Big news, big news.
Big news.
Big news. All right, cool. Not too tight there. Here you go. All right, another section done. One more to go. But that one's just the poles in the center.
Hi, Josie. Hi, Cindy.
All right. Now, when you're done, you've set up your other two sections. This is, remember I was talking about how they're broken. They come in the boxes, two together, and then there's
one that's not
separate.
section.
This is that one section now.
So Francis asks, where do I get my ribbon? I get my ribbon from everywhere, literally everywhere. It's mainly Craft Outlet, Trendy Tree, the Wreath Shop, TMI Gifts. I get stuff off of Etsy. I just go into Etsy, search what I'm looking for specifically, if I'm looking for a specific pattern, and I'll get off, someone who's selling supplies on Etsy. You'd be surprised what you can find on Etsy. Who won JC's wreath from last night? Regina asks. A lady named Sue Lang won the wreath last night.
That was the toughest thing I ever had to do. I didn't go to bed till 4 o'clock this morning because of that.
All right, I think I've caught up on the questions. Well, thank you, Francis. I'm particular about the ribbon that I choose to work with. I like the heavier fabrics, like the canvas. I do not prefer the satin at all. It's flimsy. It does not hold its shape. You can't even get it to be completely straight and flat. It's just, ugh.
Francis, Ruth, does each side have 3 holes and you use 2 to put bars in? Yes, each side has 3 holes, and I used the 2 inner ones.
I don't know if I can give you do we have an empty one?
Yeah, I gotta open the box.
Okay. All right, he's gonna show you the whole pattern and show you exactly which ones to use.
Oh,
you can do it. Lift.
There you go.
Lift.
Hey, throw the garbage, please.
Thank you.
Garbage?
Yes. Thank you. All
Alright, so again, comes out of the box. Okay. Stephanie, Roy, what did you buy them? We bought these off, or Mel bought these off of
Amazon.
The link is actually on there for you to go to.
We have our Amazon influencer link pinned. So basically what that is Amazon invited us to create a landing page that has all of the products that we use and that we buy from Amazon. The shoe rack is one of them. I'm sure you've seen lots of other designers using the shoe rack. And I guess we jumped on that bandwagon as well. I was skeptical at first because of the horrible reviews that these got. But once I started reading the reviews, I realized that they were reviews made for shoes, which are considerably heavier than our spools of ribbon. So once I realized that with a little bit of E6000 and some zip ties on each section, you can really make these work for you and make them a really awesome ribbon storage. You raised one bar, it seems to hold the ribbon better. I haven't had any issues with this one so far. I did know that the larger spools, like the 25 and 50 yard spools of ribbon, I have to put on the top row because they're too large to fit in this section. You glued them too.
So
Yeah.
again,
I wouldn't trust this without glue.
so again, you see them right there. No, don't hold it flat like that. There you go. So on the bottom ones, you see the two on the side and the two on the inner. We would chose to go with the two inner because that seems to hold.
This one and that one.
Yeah, those seem to hold a bit better for the spools. And again, you know, your ribbon's just gonna sit like that. Now, without the zip tie, if you got it heavier, you know, there's a good chance that they could spread apart if you didn't glue them or if you just stuck them in there in a hurry.
Yeah, they won't spread apart the first day or so, okay? But over time, as you have this whole shelf loaded, the weight on these rods is going to spread them and the ribbon spools will fall through. So that is the purpose of attaching the zip tie to the center of every set of rods. And again, just so you can see closer, I'm going to put my fingers in the two holes that he's putting the rods in. You see those two inner holes? Those are the holes right there.
All right, so done. That's done too. Now, I'm gonna stand up for this part.
Okay, I'll help you. Now, when you're putting the zip ties on these, the center of these sections, remember, don't cinch them too tight. You don't want to bend the rods in like that, okay? That's going to cause unneeded tension on the rods and probably cause it to collapse. So just make sure that you've got it gently sitting on each outer side, just so the rods can't move any further past that point. You're not trying to tighten them down. You're just keeping them from moving any farther apart. Ruth Ann, you're shaking your head in agreement with this.
So
We
now,
see you.
they're light, okay? They're very light, easy to maneuver, okay? So now we have this, that section of 4. Now we're going to get our next section of 4. And you're just going to tie them in like you did your...
Do I find that the zip ties get in the way, Cheryl asks.
No, they make a great divider.
No, they're, I mean, yeah, they sit between my 2 rolls of ribbon, or, you know, 2 spools of ribbon. You can't set a spool of ribbon right on top of it, but you've got a roll sitting on either side. So, I mean, really the width of that zip tie is the only amount of space that you're not using on this whole rack. And I mean, you can see how close my ribbon is on the rack behind us. It doesn't really affect them at all.
Oh, there it is right there.
Johnette says that we guys even make putting together a shoe rack entertaining and informative. Everything's entertaining with him.
So everybody keeps saying I'm going to be a good teacher, I reckon.
He is going to be a great teacher, y'all. Those kids are going to relate so well to him because he's going to teach, what, 8th grade through high school?
8th grade through high school.
Through high school, yeah.
And then after that, I'll be working on my master's while I'm going to, hopefully while I'm teaching.
Right. And then
then
he'll be Professor Fastianos.
Then become a professor. And then teach college level history.
I'm so proud of him, y'all. And for those of you that didn't see our live last night and see him make his very first wreath, y'all should go check that out. He did an amazing job, y'all.
It was my first time.
How are the classes going? Catherine asks.
Oh, they're going great. I think I have one class I have a C in, and that's sociology.
Sociology.
But my history classes and my geography classes, I got B's and A's in it. So
He's doing great, y'all.
I'm trying to get on the dean's list. Is my goal. Try to make that Dean's list.
Cheryl says congrats and thank you for teaching. Kathy says yes, they were both awesome wreaths. Thank you, Kathy.
Right.
Leslie, Sue Lang won the wreath from last night. It won't ship out till Monday because it's the weekend, but it'll be on its way to her on Monday.
Hi, Katie.
Hi,
Oh, we're gonna
Katie.
have to drop this on the ground.
Drop it on the ground?
Drop it on the ground.
Okay.
Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
All right, so as you can see how tall this is. This is about mid gut for me.
This is 8 racks. Now, I want to let you guys know, if you don't want your racks so high, you could totally leave them this size. I'm actually going to order another couple of these racks, and I'm going to make mine go one more section higher. Hi, Terry.
We're gonna need more zip ties.
About how many rolls can one hold? Joan asks.
I think you.
I figure anywhere between 110 and 120.
There's
Because
11 per row.
okay, there's 11 per
And those are
row.
your average. Those are
Normal size spools of 10 yards.
2x5, 10 yards.
And I've got 11 per row, and there's 10 rows. So what does that make? 111. So 111 spools of standard size ribbon. Nancy will have to watch the beginning, just got home. Well, welcome, Nancy. We're just putting together some shoe racks. Gail's at Universal today. Her boys are on a ride. What better time to get in some, crafting stuff, right?
I want to go to Universal. That sounds like fun.
That's a lot of rolls of ribbon, Joan, just for one rack. That's why I just think these are an invaluable tool for those of you that have a really large ribbon collection. Plus, if you're like me, when I go to try to figure out what I'm going to make, if I can't see all of my ribbon, I forget what I have. So then I'll make a project and I'll run across some other ribbon. I'll be like, dang, I wish I'd remembered I had that because it would have looked better in this project. So I just figure if I get all my ribbon out of plastic tubs and visible, that I might make better use of the ribbon I have. Yes, Nancy, this is just one rack. It comes in 5 sections, a total of 10 rows, 10 racks, and it'll hold roughly 111 spools of ribbon, standard size ribbon.
And all you need is some glue and some either really strong scissors, but with this group, scissors would be a bad call.
Do I glue the tinsel rope to my frames? I do not. It usually grips the frame better than a pipe cleaner, at least it does in my opinion. And I use the tinsel rope if I have the extra budget to splurge a little bit. If I don't, then I just use standard pipe cleaners. She says she's getting a shoe rack today. You'll love it. Carol, yes, we're both 5'10". We're not short people. So yeah, it is. She's saying they may not be able to stack them that high. Oh, Nancy, thank you. She was really excited to find out that she won.
How many sections come in a set?
5 sections that gives you 10 rows. And you can fit 11 spools of standard size ribbon per row, which gives you roughly 111 spools of ribbon that one rack will hold.
Right, we're all done with that.
We're done with that?
We are done with it.
Fabulous.
So you can see this is what it looks like when you're done. And then when you start adding your ribbon, this is what it looks like. Again, these are all, most of these are 2x10, 2.5 by 10. And of course, at first you kind of threw them on there, but it was kind of like driving me nuts. So I actually went back behind her and kind of put them in some type of color order.
Actually, he doesn't know this yet, but when they all get assembled and go in their, final resting spot, it's all going to be done Roy G. Biv style. So, some of them will get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Do y'all know what Roy G. Biv is?